Welcome, foolish mortals, back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of the Disney Plus project. So we sat down this week and watched Star Wars Clone Wars, which I have seen all the way through once, and then I started it again another time. I might have to actually sit down and watch the whole thing again. But Anna had yet to see it because she has not seen any Star Wars stuff. So that is what we sat down and watched this week. Before we get into this, make sure if you are not subscribed to the channel, you hit that subscribe button down below. And also make sure you leave us a like and a comment and let us know some other shows and movies we should watch on Disney Plus, because that'll make our lists a lot easier. So, since I have already seen this a couple of times, what did you think of this since you hadn't really seen it?
So I don't know if it's just because I have no context for anything that's going on other than that's Yoda. It was a little confusing for me because I was like, who is this person? Why are they doing this? And then I saw the floaty people with the big nose, but that was
the Tidarians, Toydarians, yeah.
I don't know, they're floaty people with big noses. Because that was in one of the newer, they were in one of the newer movies, right?
There was one of them in episode 1, and then he showed up again in episode 2. So in The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, which are two of the ones that you have actually, kind of seen. His name's Watto. He was Anakin Skywalker's master, because Anakin was a slave.
Oh yeah, that's probably where I recognize them from.
Yep.
But yeah, that's really the only thing that I had any clue about. Otherwise, everything was... And the little annoying droid people.
Yeah, the battle droids.
Yeah, they're really annoying.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
I think the one fun thing about this show is that they started to give the droids personalities, which was actually really funny.
Yes, that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
rather than them just being mindless robots.
They gave them banter.
Yes.
And stuff, and most of the it gets even more so as the series goes on. They have more and more banter, and it's really funny.
That's acceptable. I can agree there, but.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I just feel like I was just really lost.
Yeah, it just had the effect that you hadn't seen the movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, would it make a difference if I saw all the movies?
Once you see the first two, then it'll make sense. Because essentially this show takes place between episode 2 and 3. Because episode 3 is the end of the Clone Wars, and then the rise of the Empire.
So if I had seen those, then
I would... If you've seen the first two, which we can do here before too long. Because I know you want to watch them before we go and ride Rise of Skywalker. You wanted to try to watch...
Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of the Resistance. I've already seen Rise of Skywalker a couple of times. At least I have.
I was just really confused. I was like, is there a new ride? Did I miss that?
No, sorry. Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
And we can do that.
Yeah, I want to have, I really like the newer movies, and I just don't want to be one of those dumb people who go and just I like the most recent 3 movies, and I have no context, because that's really how I feel right now.
Right. The only context you have is that you knew who Luke Skywalker was, and you knew who Leia was, and Han Solo, and Chewie,
and the Vader.
You knew those characters.
I know all the main characters.
But that's really all you needed for those. And one of the things that I like about the show that they did, and they show it in the first episode, is or the one thing they showed in the first episode that I like is that, Yoda, he's kind of in the first 3 episodes of the actual movies, he is kind of serious. And but then you see him in the next ones in episode 4, 5, and 6, and when Luke meets him, he's a little goofy, he's a little ornery. And in the first episode, it kind of showed his ornery side.
I was going to say...
When he was talking to the clones, and then who's just his giggle.
And I was going to say, I actually really enjoyed Yoda in this, because what I get out of Yoda usually is that serious, that's what you see of him, is that seriousness. And I kind of enjoyed this.
And I think the show also did a better job of showing Yoda, when they first are on the planet and he's looking around, he was talking about how beautiful the planet was, and he was like, amazing the universe is. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and it kind of puts it into context, because by the time episode 2, the Attack of the Clones, rolls around, Yoda is 882 years old.
He's been around the block a few times.
Yes. And so, like, the Mandalorian, mm-hmm. with the child with Grogu in there, Grogu is, in theory, is like 50, somewhere around 50 years old, because that's how their species works. Essentially, every 100 years is a decade for them, pretty much. Because, like, when Yoda died, he was 900, and he died of old age. But it was the equivalent of him being a 90-year-old human. It's exactly what it was. Yeah, but like, it shows he's been around a long time, and so he's gained a true appreciation for the beauty of the universe, because mm-hmm. he's seen so much of it that he can stop and like, he's been around so long that he knows that sometimes you just have to stop and kind of take a look. The roses. Yeah, pretty much, and like, take a look around and go, wow, this place is beautiful, even during a wartime. Mm-hmm. He's like, it's important to have those moments.
So I have a question.
Yes.
This planet that they were on in this first episode.
It was a moon, but yes.
Okay, this moon that they were on in this first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Is it anywhere else in the whole series? Like, I mean, not like Star Wars.
Does it come up again?
In the universe.
Mm-hmm.
No, in the Star Wars universe. Uh-huh. Is it ever in any of the other movies or anything?
No. Okay. No, it's just a Clone Wars thing. There's a lot of places.
Is it in the Clone Wars show later on, or
I do
just
think I don't remember if they go back to the planet. I do know that the Toydarians show up again. I don't remember if they go back to that moon or what happens, but I'm pretty sure they show up again, if I remember right. I don't know. We'll have to watch it. Maybe we'll watch it together or something.
I just was really curious about the coral reef tree things.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just, that's literally what I was asking about.
But, and like, one of the things that I like about this show, that like, once we get to the point where you're actually watching more of it, so that you can, ride Rise of the Resistance, is that they show so many different planets and so many different species that they couldn't really delve into in the movies, because there was only, a set time. Whereas they ended up doing 6 seasons, now 7, of this show. Mm-hmm. And so they were able to show more planets, more species, but yeah, it shows the planets of just all sorts of different creatures that you've seen, like the Twi'leks with the two head tails that are like green or blue skinned and stuff like that. It shows their home planet. It shows the home planet of the Toydarians and the Mandalorians. It shows Mandalore and stuff like that, and Darth Maul's home planet. Just so many different things that they couldn't really get into in the movies, and that's one of the things I like about it.
That's kind of cool.
And I also like that it started to show the personalities of the clones, because in episode 2, they were just clones. They had just started, the army had just gotten there.
Yeah, I was real confused about all of that too. So so I thought the clones were part of the bad guys.
No, that's the Jedi's army.
Gotcha. See, I can
explain most of this to you later.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna need, because that's where
once
I was real confused.
Again, once you see Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, once you watch those movies, it will make... Well, Phantom Menace isn't necessarily going to help you all that much, but Attack of the Clones will help you understand this a little more.
Because, that's where I was when they were like, the clones gave away the position, I was like, but those are the bad guys, I thought. and then they were in the cave, and I was like, oh, they're the... I didn't... now I am
because they look like stormtroopers.
Yeah, and I was real confused. I'm all sorts mixed up.
Yep.
I liked it.
I was going to say, yeah.
I liked it.
So, is it going to be super difficult for you to keep watching this? To ride Rise of the Resistance?
No, I could watch this. Just watch it. I think the problem...
That's good, because that doesn't happen very often.
The problem is going to be that I'm going to need help with all of the,
That's
I'm gonna need somebody. I'm gonna need somebody to sit with me through these and let me ask all the questions and not yell at me for talking during it. Because
which I don't ever do. I don't yell at her. Sometimes I make fun of her, but
yeah, because even the Star Wars movies that I have seen, I haven't absorbed enough to understand a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because people get mad at you for talking.
Oh yeah, especially Star Wars. The Star Wars fans are very gnarly. You talk during one of the movies, they get real mad.
Yeah. So, I think that would help me a lot with all the movies. I think we just need to sit down and watch them together, and let me talk through them so I can ask all the questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just don't understand all of it.
Yeah. So, especially for me, because I've watched this a couple of times now, we're come close to finishing a couple of times. Is that I would definitely recommend this, especially for family, like one for just Star Wars fans who need that expanded universe and haven't seen Clone Wars yet, because there are some of them out there. But even just like, it's actually really good for kids, because like even Aiden, he liked it because he liked seeing Yoda, which I think was because like it was a little green creature and he didn't know what it was. So like once it gets later and they start adding in more of those different creatures, I think he would like it even more.
Probably.
The parts that he didn't like paying attention to was when it was just showing like the clones, or Ventress and Count Dooku. Or stuff like that. He was like, nah, I don't care. But when it was showing Yoda, and I think he was even paying attention to the Toydarians too, just any of the other creatures. And so that it's actually really good for kids too, because there's a lot of that.
Yeah,
and it does have like some bright colors and different things. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely a lot more visually appealing.
Yes. Yeah, and actually the animation and stuff gets even better after I think it's maybe the first season, or maybe partway through the first season, because they made some changes. But
I could dig it.
Yeah. So yeah, go out and watch Clone Wars if you haven't already. There's not a lot of people that haven't watched it, but if you haven't, go do it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look up what we're going to watch next. All right, so the next 3 things that we're going to watch is we're going to start with Godmothered, which is like brand new. I think that like just came out.
It was like yesterday.
Yeah. So we're going to watch Godmothered. And then after that, we're going to do Inside Pixar, which we're really hoping is better than Disney Insider.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then third, we're going to watch Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, because we were going to watch that in the theaters, and then we never did, and we still haven't seen it. So we're going to watch Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, after we most likely try to get a refresher on the first one.
Yeah, because it's been a while.
It's been quite a while. I don't even think we weren't even dating yet when I first watched that. I think it's the only time I watched it.
Nope. Yeah, we weren't dating yet.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be watching over the next 3 weeks. So look forward to that coming out. And that's going to be it for us today. So thank you all for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next week. But until then, don't forget to thank the Phoenicians.